you the latest information that I have. In terms of the numbers, let's go to the numbers right away. So in Foxboro, we currently have 15 active cases. We actually had, since the beginning of the impact of the pandemic, we've had, since March 15th, we've had a total of 23 cases in Foxboro. 8 have actually recovered. We're currently in active mode of 15 cases, and 206 people have actually been tested and tested negative. We had one hospitalization. That person has since returned home and is actually doing well. So pleased to report that. It's nice to be able to report the fact that Foxboro now has, in 3 consistent days, has actually not changed in terms of its overall numbers. We did have one increase in a case, but we also had one person drop off. So therefore, our net numbers have changed to be 15, and so we're showing some stabilization at this point in time. So very pleased to be able to report on that front. In terms of Norfolk County, I can tell you that the cases did increase in Norfolk County from yesterday. I believe it was 1,271 cases yesterday. It was up to 1,382 cases this morning, late last night. So we're up about 110 cases, 111 cases overall since yesterday. So we are seeing a little bit of a surge here in Norfolk County. And in the state, there were now 13,837 cases and 260 deaths overall. The greatest impact area age-wise is in the 50 to 59 year age group. That has stayed pretty much consistent for the past few weeks now. There are 2,700 people in that age group that have tested positive for COVID-19 in Massachusetts. There are 220 now states of emergency throughout Massachusetts. 1,200 cases are now hospitalized, which is 9%. That's actually dropped about 2.2% from yesterday, so that's actually a good sign. There are 3,900 cases that are not hospitalized, and the remaining number of the 13,000 is actually still under investigation at this time. So those are the latest numbers from around the state and specific to Foxboro and the Norfolk County area. Just a little bit of a look at the New England cases, just give you an update on situations that are affecting states around us. Massachusetts has 13,837. Connecticut has 6,906 cases, which is actually quite interesting because being so close to New York, it's not as significant as it is here in Massachusetts. Providence, Rhode Island has Rhode Island, the state of Rhode Island has 1,082 cases and 27 deaths. New Hampshire has 715 confirmed cases and 9 deaths. Vermont has 543 cases and 23 deaths, and Maine has 499 cases and 10 deaths. So that's the New England impact at this point in time. New York, of course, is the epicenter of this entire COVID-19 situation. There were 131,830 cases in New York and 4,758 deaths associated with that situation. 41,000 cases in New Jersey. So those are the areas that we want to keep a close eye on. They're thinking that possibly the apex of that may occur this week, which means that we could actually be impacted here, seeing our apex by next week. Though we are seeing signs that things are starting to level off here in Massachusetts as we speak. So that's good. That's a good sign to be able to report on that front. As far as the other remaining parts of the report for this week, I'll just give you some updates on that front. Bear with me for 1 second as I change reports here. And it looks like that the Health Department is frequently updating its information and resource related to COVID-19 at foxboroma.gov/department/health/COVID-19-health. As well as update some of the information links include these topics: unemployment, housing, food resources, Department of Transitional Assistance, aka SNAP benefits, and DIYA face coverings, DIY face coverings to provide some information on so that you know what kind of face covering does work. The CDC is recommending face covering now, not necessarily using the using the N95 mask, but certainly cloth coverings will be helpful and useful. During this unprecedented time, it's important to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. The effects of the disruption caused by this epidemic or pandemic can lead to stress and anxiety. The above health department's website has links to resources under the title Health and Wellbeing Resources. So that's actually on the town's website under the Board of Health's site that they're tracking. Be sure to check out other Town of Foxborough Department's websites and social media pages for more information and resources as well. Alerts MA at 888-777 was shared on Tuesday at the businesses and individuals can provide PPE to support the COVID-19 response efforts through mass.gov/COVID-PPXY. On Tuesday, the governor reminded us that if you don't have to leave home, then don't. It's not a good week to do that, given the fact this is sort of an uptick in the overall cases in the area. The governor announced a statewide fund for local foundations and community assets with $13 million already donated, called the Mass COVID Relief Fund, managed by Eastern Bank and the governor's wife. The First Lady are actually managing that particular effort in the state as well. The MRC update is the governor and his wife announced the creation of the COVID Relief Fund, and new updates. The CDC is releasing guidance and recommending that all individuals wear cloth face coverings in public settings where the social distancing measures are difficult to maintain, such as shopping. There are many helpful tutorials for making your own face covering available online, including the video available the video available by the U.S. Surgeon General. New updates as of April 6th. This is yesterday. Below the summary was the cases that have been going on yesterday. As I indicated earlier, that number seems to have ticked down since yesterday, so that's a good sign. This data is also now available. The data is available online at mass.gov. Over 76,000 cases have been now tested and conducted throughout Massachusetts and the state public health laboratories and private testing facilities, including a new testing facility located at Gillette Stadium that was helped to be formed by our public safety teams. Fire and police were involved in that, as well as our Summer Regional Dispatch operation. We're all involved in that effort, and I'm grateful for those guys for doing their work, and grateful to the craft group for making the site available. The Centers on the Healthcare, the Centers for Disease Control is now recommending that everyone wear face masks, especially when out of home, to prevent the spread of the virus. Evidence is now showing up that 25% of the population may be infected with COVID-19 without symptoms, unknowingly spreading the virus to others without even knowing that you have it. Steward Healthcare, which operates 10 private hospitals in Massachusetts, announced plans Sunday night to open intensive care units solely for treatment of COVID-19 patients at most of its hospitals. County Hospital in Dorchester, Morgan Hospital in Taunton, Good Samaritan Medical Center in Brockton, and St. Elizabeth's Medical Center in Brighton will set up new COVID-19 specific ICU beds. St. Elizabeth's, Good Samaritan, and Holy Family Hospital in Methuen all have 2 ICU departments, and Chief Medical Officer Joseph Weinstein said they would keep one COVID-free as long as possible to limit the risk of transmission from patients with pre-existing conditions. Mass General Hospital and the private School of Public Health have collaborated to launch a research app designed to gather real-time data on symptoms, individuals with COVID-19, and quickly amass information that will allow researchers to study the virus. The free app is available to all, regardless of where you live. And then 2 new testing sites have been identified, one in Springfield and one in Lowell. The drive-through testing site in Lowell, which will be opening shortly in partnership with CVS, is targeting 1,000 tests a day. Use of this site is by appointment only and will largely serve first responders and healthcare personnel in the region. In unemployment assistance, as of today, there is no new information about when self-employed individuals can submit applications for unemployment assistance. You know that this is new federal program and is essential for many of the constituents in the region. We are carefully monitoring the rollout of the initiative and will provide updates as soon as they're available. And Metro West Chamber of Commerce is offering a free webinar on business planning recovery for area businesses who may be struggling with impacts of COVID-19. There are several sessions. The first of which is Thursday, April 9th, and you can sign up on the Metro West Chamber of Commerce website. Let me see. There are a number. One other thing that looks to be important here is the Department of Public Health is hiring up to 1,000 people to do contact tracing. Applicants should be fluent with technology and multilingual, and can be needed for multilingual applicants are encouraged to apply. Volunteers for the new Community Tracing Collaborative can be visited by visiting the mass.gov site and looking at the COVID-19 website, and they will actually sub website, and that will actually get you to where you need to go. And I think that's it for today's updates from the statewide level. Going to a more local level, and I wanted to update folks on a few things. Today, from 2:30 to 3:30 at the Council on Aging Center. Today will be the Great Toilet Paper Giveaway, which is something that I know that there are a number of people that are looking for additional help in that area. We are actually providing 3 rolls per person who can show up. But if you really don't need it, then don't show up. It's not something to hoard. This is for the people that need it the most, and certainly you are welcome to come by if you need it. And we'll continue to provide that until it's out. That was actually provided to us by Larry Stern and his company as a nice donation to the community on his behalf. Testing at Gillette continues to go on at the site located in the parking lot located across the street from the stadium. I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of that. That's fire and police and first responders only at this time, and no information has been offered as to whether or not that will be done for general testing yet. But it's certainly a possibility that we'll continue to track. And there is a needs assessment that's going out on Twitter. If you look at the Foxboro Twitter page, you'll see that there is a needs assessment that's been going on. That's been sponsored through the Council on Aging and Human Services Department. What they're trying to do is trying to meet things that people we think need. And if you are doing fine, then certainly you're welcome to take the survey. But if you're doing fine, then there's really no need to. But if you do have certain individual needs that you're looking to have met, fill out the application, fill out the survey, and we'll try and get information to you on where you can best find that information. As far as there's another program going on up at Gillette Stadium for food for vets, and that will provide you with veterans with 2 weeks of free food during the COVID-19 epidemic. And that's going on until April 10th. So if you're interested, you can get up there this week. That will be for veterans only. And there's a new program, a new campaign going on for that's being put together by the Uptown Uptown Happenings group, and for trying to promote a lot of the restaurants in town. There's a lot of restaurants that are offering takeout during this period of time. And we certainly want to try and get you to try and use those restaurants as much as possible. Obviously, those businesses are, as many of the businesses are in town, are suffering through this pandemic, and we want to try and promote them as much as possible. So if you go to the Uptown Happenings website page on Facebook, Uptown Happenings on Facebook, you can find the details of that. There is there's an actual giveaway that they're promoting, and let me give you the details of that. It says that it's called the hashtag #EatInFoxboro. Practice social distancing and support your Foxboro restaurants. The hashtag #EatInFoxboro campaign is to support the Foxboro residents that have been hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic, and a collaboration between many groups in town. Please follow the Uptown Happenings Facebook page for updates and announcement of winners. and certainly take pictures of you, and, using those facilities, those various restaurants and establishments. We certainly want to try and get your picture up online. Each 2 weeks, there will be there'll be each week there'll be two winners, rather. They'll receive a $50 gift card to a Foxboro restaurant, and that'll be going on. The campaign will be going on from April 13th through May 1st. So feel free to check out that page. And if anybody has any questions, you can reach out to Renee Tachi at foxboro.ma.gov, or you can visit www.foxbororec.com website, and they'll be able to provide more information about that. Again, each week, two winners will receive a $50 gift card to a Foxboro restaurant. If you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram, you can make it public of your takeout delivery from a Foxboro restaurant and tag it with your hashtag Eat in Foxboro and hashtag name of the restaurant. And don't forget to make your post public. So that way we can get the word out to everybody to do that, which would be great. So that's another positive uptick in things that are going on up in the uptown area. And last night, also, just for information purposes, the school committee voted last night to continue school during the spring vacation, April vacation time, with the exception of Monday, which is Patriots Day here in Massachusetts. And more information will be forthcoming in the Foxboro Reporter this week. But that decision was made last night by the school committee. Given the circumstances, it's difficult for anybody to go on vacation, so they're going to obviously, and they want to get the time in for the school, so kids can get a full semester in for all the schoolwork that needs to get done. So those are the latest updates for now. Continue to provide me your feedback and thoughts. So it's good to see that that we are that I am getting some responses from folks on a day. So again, the Foxboro counts. The number is 15 in Foxboro. There's been no change. Certainly, we did have one additional case. We also had one drop off. So therefore, we're standing firm at 15 cases at this time. And let me see. I know it sounds there was one person saying that they didn't think that was possible, but it actually is true. That information comes to us directly from the Mass Department of Health, and we get that information reported to us on a daily basis, and we update it daily as it comes true. So, but it is true, and it is backed up by the latest information that we have provided to us on a daily basis. So that's the latest information we have for you for today. I will be back with you tomorrow. Continue to stay healthy. Get outside if you can today and enjoy the good weather. It's a great day today. I know we're expecting a little more rain later this week, but continue to do the best you can to stay healthy and stay safe throughout the course of this pandemic. And we'll get back to you tomorrow with some further information of what's going on in Foxboro. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe.